Hi, I'm Juliana Johnston Centuria, Morah Chanah, and this is Jonathan.
Hi.
Hi. We're working on lesson 12 in our book, Alphabet Quest, for Fairmount Temple's Parent-Child 3rd Grade Hebrew. Glad you're with us. You're going to want to have your book with you and a pencil in just a few minutes. Two good words. Jonathan, tell me what sounds are new. Sukkah.
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 I hope you're following along at home and repeating too. Sukkah.
Sukkah.
Nice. Do you know what that is?
Sukkah.
Sukkah. Right. In English we say sukkah. But now you know the Hebrew too. Sukkah. There's a couple new sounds in there. What sounds new?
K and oo.
That's right. The k, sukkah, and the oo, su, oo. Okay. So, well, it's hard to decide. Let's do two ways to make the k sound.
Okay.
Okay, so that first one that's in sukkah is that one. Let's hold that one up.
Can't tell which way it goes.
It's because I've handwritten. It's a little bit tricky. It goes that way. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's handwritten. Okay, that one's called the kaf. Kaf. And when it's got a little dot in it, you see that in the middle, the dagesh, the dot, and we say it's like this little kaf isn't feeling very well. He's got a cough, and he's got a cough drop in his mouth. Do you think that's going to help you remember it? If you're coughing, you're having a little cough drop. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cute. Okay, then the other one, let's show the other k sound. Okay, here's a word that starts with this one, kiddush.
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 You can set that one down. Okay, that's the other k. You can set it down.
Okay.
The other k. Okay, and you can hear the oo sound in that one too. So two ways to make a k. You know, that kuf, the other k sound, it's kind of like a K. That letter always reminds me of a K. Let's see, it doesn't really look like one, but for some reason I always think of that as the K.
I guess if you take this and move it over here.
Yeah, you'd have to kind of deconstruct it, I guess, and then put it back together. Okay, maybe not, but I think of it as a K. All right, two ways to make that k sound. Why don't we show everybody at home how to write them real fast in the air? Okay, I'll do the lefty, you can do the righty. Okay, ready? Let's do the cough first, the one with the cough drop. So you're going to go across, and you're going to come down, but then you kind of round it. So you want to take a look at it?
It rounds on sort of down.
Yeah. See how you come down straight and then you round? Let's show them again. Come across the top. You start coming down straight, but then you start rounding. Don't forget your dot. Let's try it one more time. Cross, down, and rounded. Dot. Okay, let's try the kuf then. It's this one. You do one big line, and then across the top, and then come and round down. One big line, across there, and come and round down. All right, let's have everybody at home take just a second to try to write both of those. Let's watch so everybody can see us. They're going to work on page 57 and try practicing writing each of the words, new words too, sukkah and kiddush. What's kiddush again?
Kiddush.
Right, in English we would say kiddush. It's funny, these are both words you kind of recognize more easily when you hear it in the English. But we should learn how to pronounce them in Hebrew too. Kiddush. Okay, so pause your video and take a minute now to try to write the new letters. Okay, so now that you've had a chance to write those, let's talk together about the two new ways to make an oo. So we've talked about the two ways to make the k sound, two ways to make an oo. Let's show them.
Which way?
Yeah, either way, kibbutz and sharuk. And let's flip them around. Two ways. So the three dots going down. 1, 2, 3. Or this one, well, there's our vav, our versatile vav. The vav really varies, doesn't it? Boy, vav does so many things. Can you remember some of the other sounds we can make when we use a vav?
Oh.
right? If you just move that dot up here, it would be an O, right?
If you completely get rid of the dogish, you'll get
Let's move that on.
like
Yeah, right. So
skateboard with an
Vav,
electric
yeah.
motor.
Vav really varies. So this way, it's an oo. You know, they had a cute idea on page 56 in the book. Did you see this one, Jonathan, where they're kind of saying, oh, the end of a train is called a caboose, oo, right? And when you see the Hebrew vowel that looks like a little train going down, it will help you remember caboose, oo, oo, oo. You know, I still like the color chart. That really helps me. Do you think it's helpful to have the vowel markings on the color chart? So the oo sound is going to be on what color?
Blue.
Right. So we've been kind of hinting at that for a few weeks now, because that's just that one last color chart left, the oo on blue. So 2 ways to make an oo. Do you know how you can tell which one you're supposed to use? Do you remember that? When there's 2 of something in Hebrew, how do you know which one?
Just gotta memorize it.
Yeah, you just have to memorize it. Just like with the 2 T's or the 2 S sounds, or you just have to memorize how to use it. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple words. We're on page 55 on line 2. Do you want to try reading that first one?
Karev.
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 Good. How about the next one?
Kisei.
Yeah, this one is tricky. I wanted to get to kisei because it has one of the exceptions we're going to talk about in class. So let's look at this exception together. Do you want to show everybody? So what does it mean when we have a big rectangle like that?
Any letter.
It just means any letter goes there, doesn't it? So what does this have? Any letter with 2 dots under it.
And then an olive.
Then followed by an actual aleph. This aleph means it's actually an aleph. Okay.
Otherwise you could just put an
Right.
olive there.
So when you have this pattern, this 2 dots, which normally sounds like,
A.
what does it usually sound like? The regular sound.
Oh.
It's one of our eggs in a nest, right? Normally our 2 dots are eggs in a nest, but there's 2 ways we can make it sound like an A sound. Do you remember that other one we were talking about? You want to show everybody? Right, so what makes this one sound like an A? What makes that one sound like an A?
The yud.
The yud. Okay, so there's 2 ways to make an A sound that we've learned now. One is when you add the yud after it, and one is when it's directly followed by an aleph. Okay, so if you look at kisei, that is why it sounds like an A at the end, because it's followed by an aleph. That's why it's not kiseh. See what I'm saying? That's a little bit tricky, isn't it? Well, we're going to look at other words. That isn't a very common way to pronounce it. It doesn't happen very often. But kisei is one of the words that we want to know. Do you know what that is?
Chair.
Chair.
Right?
That's right, exactly. So that's one of the words we want to learn. Okay, so that's one of the exceptions. I'd love everybody to practice a little bit by doing page 58 at home. And this is going to help you with some of those tricky look-alike letters. Like Hey has a hole, Tav has a tov, Chet, Nyet. Remember that one from class? Or Dalet has a dangle and Resh is often rounded. So some of those common mistakes are on page 58, and so you can work on that at home. All right? And so anything you want to add?
No, I
No?
think we're good.
You think we're good? Okay, so we'll see you guys in class. Shalom. Shalom.
Lehitraot.
Velehitraot.